This is the results video for UFC Fight Night Vegas Cannonier vs Borralho, where we will find out which channel had the most correct predictions and the most profitable predictions. In total, there were 11 fights on this card. 63 channels made 588 predictions for an average of 9.3 per channel. Of the 588 predictions, 401 were correct for 68.2% and 187 were incorrect for 31.8%. So overall, the correct predictions percentage was higher this week than average. Which channels had the least correct predictions for this event? For the results in this video, we will only include channels that make predictions on at least half the fights or more. In the results overview at the end of this part, all channels are included. Let's start with the top 5. In 5th place are these 7 channels. They all had 6 out of 10 correct and one channel had 3 out of 5 correct for a 60% correct pick percentage. In 4th place for least correct picks are Brando MMA, Blood Money MMA Bets, MMA Experts and Pick'em MMA. They all made 9 predictions and 5 of them were correct for a total of 56%. In 3rd place are Baby Sharp MMA, High Jive Picks and The True Analyst. 6 out of 11 picks were correct for 55%. In 2nd place for least correct picks are Nabi MMA and The MMA Guru. They both made 10 predictions and 5 of them were incorrect for a correct pick percentage of 50%. And in number 1 this week for the least correct picks are Cody and Rigo. They both made 9 predictions and 4 of them were correct for a correct pick percentage of 44%. Which channels had the most correct picks this week? Let's find out. In 5th place are these 7 channels. They all made 7 correct predictions out of their total of 9 for 78% correct pick percentage. In 4th place are Dissection of Violence and Pure Picks. They both had 8 out of their 10 picks correct for 80%. In 3rd place we have 138 MMA, Fight Fiend Forecast and MMA Lock of the Night. All 3 made 11 predictions and 9 of them were correct for 82%. In 2nd place are Brando MMA and Angelo from We Want Picks. They made a total of 8 picks and 7 of them were correct for 88% correct picks. And in 1st place this week for most correct picks we have James Lynch, Cody from the Mayo Media Network and MMALeaked. They all had 8 out of their 9 predictions correct for a correct pick percentage of 89%. So congratulations to all 3 of them for having the most correct picks this week. And here is the overview for all the channels with their correct picks, their total picks and the correct percentage. Which UFC prediction channels would have lost you the most money if you followed all of their picks, even their picks where they're not very confident or not confident at all? To calculate the money won or lost, we pretend that you place a $100 bet on each pick for the outcome of the fight. For the odds, we will use the odds that are shown at the beginning for each fight from the tail of the tape. In 7th place is Fight Realm. If you followed all of his picks and placed a $100 bet on the outcome of the fight, you could have lost $245 on his 10 predictions for a minus 24% return of investment. In 6th place for most unprofitable predictors is MMA Experts. He could have lost you $283 for a minus return of investment of 31%. In 5th place we have 3 channels who made the exact same predictions. Brando MMA, Blood Money MMA Bets and Pick'em MMA. If you followed the picks from any of these 3 channels, you could have lost $285 for a minus return of investment of 32%. In 4th place is The True Analyst. He made 11 predictions and if you followed all of them, you could have lost $338 for minus 31%. And in 3rd place this week for being the most unprofitable predictor is the MMA Guru. If you followed all of his 10 predictions, you could have lost $383 for a minus 38% return of investment. In 2nd place is Nabi MMA. If you placed a $100 bet on his 10 picks for the outcome of each fight, you could have lost $385 for a minus 39% return of investment. And in first place this week for most unprofitable predictors are Cody and Rigo. They made a total of 9 picks, and if you followed all of their 9 picks, you could have lost $424 for a minus 47% return of investment. Which channels would have won you the most money if you followed all of their picks and placed a $100 bet on the outcome for each fight? In 10th place is Pure Picks for a profit of $142. At 9 is Keith Schillen from Sherdog.com for $174. Number 8 is 138 MMA for $1 more profit of $175. In 7th place is Fight Fiend Forecast with $196 profit on his 11 predictions. 6th is MMALeaked with $237 for a 26.3% return of investment on his $900 investment. In 5th place we have Kunath. He made 11 predictions for a profit of $251 and 22.8 ROI. In 4th place is Duffy from Sherdog.com. He made 9 predictions, and if you followed all of them, you could have won $285 for a 31.6 return of investment. In 3rd, we have Lynch. He made 9 predictions, and if you followed all of them, you could have won $372 for a 41.3% ROI. And in 2nd place this week, we have Angelo from We Want Picks. He made a total of 8 picks, and if you followed all of them and placed a $100 bet on each of them, you could have won $387 for a pretty nice return of investment of 48.4%. In 1st place this week as the most profitable predictor, we have Cody from the Mayo Media Network or the Dog or Pass podcast. He made a total of 9 predictions, and if you followed all of them, you could have won $451 for a very good return of investment of 50.1%. So congratulations to Cody and also Angelo for having a very high return of investment this week and being the best or most profitable predictors this week. And here is the overview of all the channels with their money won or lost and their return of investment. And for the last part of this video, we will look at which channels have the longest losing streak so far. These 8 channels are on a 4-week losing streak, and out of those 8, 6 are on a 5-week losing streak. And out of those 6 channels, only 2 channels are on a 6-week losing streak, which are Axel MMA and UFC Fights. But there's only one channel that is on a 7-week losing streak, and that channel is UFC Fights. Which channels are on the longest winning streak? And as you will see, it is much harder to win than to lose. On a 2-week winning streak, we have these 10 channels. And out of those 10 channels, only 2 are on a 3-week winning streak, which are Kunath and Once Upon a Slugfest. But when you look at total won, you can see that Kunath has won almost 4 times more than Once Upon a Slugfest. So yeah, it's fun to look at this stuff, but in the end, it's about the total money won. And out of those 2 channels, only 1 is on a 4-week winning streak, which is Once Upon a Slugfest. So congratulations to Once Upon a Slugfest and Kunath for having the longest winning streaks. Don't forget to check out the channels with the most correct picks, the most profitable predictions and the longest winning streaks. Links to them can be found in the description below. That was it for the results video. Later this week I will upload the 3-month results video, where we will see which channels are the best predictors over the last 3 months. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content and found it informative. If you did, then don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks again and see you in the next video.